Hey, Disney Cruisers, and welcome back to DCL Community, where we are here to help you plan, prepare for, and get excited for your Disney cruise. You guys know me. I'm Rebecca, your host and admin of the DCL Community. And today, we are not just talking about Disney cruises from our perspective, but from the perspective of a mom and daughter who just got back from a Disney cruise. We're asking all the questions about favorite parts. What did you like to eat? Was there enough ice cream? All the hard hitting questions. But as you're coming in, please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And Hunter, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Hunter. I am a concierge travel advisor with Jayco Travel. I have been in the industry for over 10 years now, and Disney cruises are my favorite vacations to book and plan for clients. I have been on, what did we decide, 31 Disney cruises now?
32.
31 or 32 Disney cruises across all of the ships in the fleet. So I have a wealth of knowledge and firsthand experience to share with clients. Some of my specialties in the Disney cruise line niche would be traveling with families, concierge staterooms, selecting that perfect itinerary, but also allergy travel. I deal with allergy travel a lot. So just happy to help clients pick the best cruise that works for them.
Gosh, well, I know that you are so passionate about Disney cruises. There's a reason that your kids have been sailing since how old was, and for everyone, this is Memphis, right? Hi, Memphis. Do you want to tell everybody how old you are?
I'm 7.
7. Oh my.
11 Disney cruises.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. 11 Disney cruises. It sounds like you need to go on 11 million more, if you ask me. But I know, Hunter, you've been sailing with your kids since they were young, right?
Like
Yeah.
2.
She wasn't even 2. I think 9 months old on her first.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to have to get the scoop on everything. But if you're watching right now and you're like, I have kids, or even if you're an adult only party and you want to plan a Disney cruise vacation, please reach out to Hunter. Her planning services are actually free for you to utilize. So she is here to help you navigate all the reservations, which steps to choose, which kids clubs are great, and everything that you don't even know to ask about yet. So definitely reach out to her. But let's go ahead and start with, what cruise were you guys on? Which ship? What itinerary? Tell us everything.
Yeah, so we just got back from a 3-night Bahamian cruise on the Disney Fantasy. Yep, on the Disney Fantasy, and we went with 2 other moms and their daughters. So there was 3 moms and 3 little girls, ages 7 and 8. So it was so much fun. We went out of Port Canaveral and we went to Castaway and then had a day at sea. And then before the cruise, we stayed at the Hyatt at MCO and we did the Disney Cruise Line transfers to the port and back to the airport.
Love that. And I'm curious from your point of view. I know you guys have done private transfers in the past too, with different groups. So why would you decide on private transfers versus the Disney Cruise Line transfers?
So we opted for the Disney Cruise Line transfers this time because I wanted like ease and convenience. We didn't get to the airport until late in the evening the night before the cruise. So we were like, I didn't want to do another transfer to a different hotel and then all of that. I wanted the convenience of staying right in the airport. Can you stop? Right in the airport hotel, and Disney Cruise Line picks up at the airport. So it just made it super convenient. So we stayed right in the Hyatt. You're able to put your luggage out the morning of around 8 a.m. They do a check-in down at the lobby, so they check your passports. And then they do like the entire like cruise check-in process in the hotel like lobby area before you ever get on the Disney Cruise Line bus. And then they transfer your luggage for you from the Disney Cruise Line or from the hotel at the airport straight to your cabin on the cruise. So when we dropped our bags off around 9 a.m. in that hotel lobby, because we didn't set them out, we took them down with us. We didn't see them again until we got to our room. And that was super convenient. And it's really stress-free for like first-time families that are maybe have like a lot more kids and they're like a little overwhelmed.
Amazing. Yes, that seamlessness is so nice. And I know I'm already seeing tons of questions coming in. So, guys, keep them coming and we'll do our best to get to them. But someone's asking if you are happy that you went with other families with kids. Does it make sense to bring a friend, or will my kid be able to meet friends in the clubs? Oh, I think oh no, did my volume go out? Oh, there we go.
The kids can definitely meet other kids in the club, but it's nice to have kids that are with you that you already have like an established friendship with. I think it together makes going to the kids club together even more appealing. Do you like traveling with friends?
For that, I really don't know.
You don't know if you like traveling with friends?
No, I don't. Because they were mean.
Oh,
There was little girl bickering that happened, but these
all
girls
been there.
ran around the ship like crazy town, giggling, laughing. We did pictures together. You're right. The normal stuff you're gonna have of
Yes.
putting
Yes.
kids together, but they did like they had coordinating outfits. They ran around the ship doing little activities. They kept each other entertained at dinner. Um, on the beach, they played in the sand and obviously in the water. They were like way out in the water at Castaway on like tubes playing house. Like it was just comical.
So fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that part of it was fun. In my experience in the past with her, like if she went in the kids club and she wasn't able to like connect with somebody, like she wanted picked up right away, um, or she would, say like I didn't make a friend or I can't find anybody to play with. So I think traveling with other people that you're familiar with, or if they don't have siblings the same age, that kind of gets rid of that problem because her brother is much older than her, so they're not going to be in the same kids club together. Yeah, he's in the tween club. But then, like she said, there were some miscommunications. The girls were
Yeah.
being mean to each other. Like you
Yeah.
have that. So I guess it really depends. Like, do you want to travel as only your family unit, or do you want to go so that with another family, so your kids have each other to play with? I've traveled with another friend and her kids on a different cruise, and same thing. Like the girls went to the club together, and it made it much more enjoyable. Had each other to play with in the pool. I can tell you, like one day the three girls from this trip were all playing together in the pool, and another day, like it was just her in the pool. They were doing something else, and she was like, "I don't have anybody to play with," and I'm like, "Well, that's because you didn't want to do what they were doing." So there's a give
Yeah.
and
I
take.
was in a pool that was like 3 feet deep.
Oh man.
I
Those
couldn't be in the pool that I wanted to be in. We gotta guess.
oh. Well, I know the counselors are always so great about trying to involve kids, and I know there's probably somebody watching right now that's like, oh no, like we're traveling alone or I have an only child. And I know Hunter and I both grew up going on Disney cruises, so we can both vouch for the fact that the counselors are going to do everything they can to bring the kids into the club and get them excited. Memphis, I'm curious, what's your favorite part about the kids club, about the Oceaneers Club on board a Disney cruise? What do you think? Favorite part?
You like the games where you can run around, don't you?
No.
Like Foursquare. You like to play Foursquare?
Oh, I love Foursquare. Oh my gosh. We should definitely play.
Nothing
Oh,
like some brutal honesty from a 7-year-old at 8 p.m. or
yeah.
7 p.m. at night. They did a PJ party. I actually have the pillow right here.
No, that's not good.
So they do the PJ party in the kids club, which is fun. So the girls went in their pajamas, and I have a background on, so I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see, but they get the color and the pillowcase and bring that home. And they're always making crafts and doing different things in there. Sometimes they're making slime, sometimes they're coloring pictures.
Yeah. And I knew this question was going to come up when we talked about ages, but what's the youngest you would recommend sailing with a kid? Do you think 9 months was too early, or would you do it again?
So the youngest you can sail is 6 months old, but I don't think 9 months is too young. It's all up to like it's all subjective and what you want to do. They have the nursery on board for kids at 6 months to 3 years old. That's I believe it's $9 an hour right now. The nursery is not included, but it's worth it to go to send the kids to the nursery when they're that young to have like a little bit of free time if you want, or just to have a dinner where you're not holding an infant and feeding them at the same time as you're feeding themselves. So I absolutely don't regret going at a young age. But if you're wanting to just go one time and get the most out of it, I would say like 4 to 5 years old for sure is a really nice sweet spot with like the characters, the princesses, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, the tea party, like all those things that you can do. I think 4 to 6 years old is a really, good sweet spot if you're only going to go one time.
Got it. Okay, that is good to know. And yeah, every family is different. I know that some people love going when the kids are really little. Some want to wait a little bit longer. I think depending on excursions and travel experience too. But I also think that's why working with a travel advisor like yourself, who's been on board all the ships, like Hunter can talk you through all the excursions and all the ports of call and where to embark and where you're going to have a space to breastfeed or not. Like there's so many things that go into it, and you don't know until you sail, unless you have an amazing travel advisor. And Kirsten's asking what you guys did on Castaway with the kids.
So come here. Come tell them what we did on Castaway.
What?
What did we do on Castaway?
What?
Yeah, but what did we have on Castaway?
Something?
Yeah, so we had a cabana. The girls played in the sand with the sand buckets. They played out in the water on the tubes and floats. They went down the water slide. There is an overwater like jungle gym with ropes and what do you call that? Monkey bars, kind of. And then they did snorkeling. So one of the other moms took the girls snorkeling, and she said that was a whole experience, and somebody could have made a lot of money off of them if they had filmed her trying to wrangle these 3 7-year-old girls snorkeling, getting their flippers on and getting them out into the water. She said that didn't last long, but other things that you can do on Castaway that we did not is there is a bike trail that you can get bikes, and there are bikes that are the size of the girls. They have bicycles with training wheels. They have more like the tricycle size. They have bikes for parents with little ones. They have like the seats on the back. So all different size bikes. You can bike around the island. There are excursions that you can do, water excursions that you can do, but we always kind of treat it as a beach day. So really the girls just played in the sand and the water with the tubes and floats.
Love that. And this is a great question from Timmy, and I feel like we're getting this more and more. I've been on Royal ships with my kids, but not really sure what to do for Disney. Have you been on Royal before? Do your kids like Royal or Disney better?
So I have been on Royal. My kids personally, they love Disney, and I have tried to get them on Royal, and they're just not interested. So I think my kids would love it because they're 7 and 13, and Royal has more of the water slides, which is right up my kids' alley. But at this point, they're really partial to Disney, and they enjoy the things that go on Disney Cruise Line. Even my 13-year-old, he loves the things in the preteen club and Edge, all the activities there's to do, and having like the freedom to hang out with other kids from the club on the ship.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know someone is going to ask, do your kids have a favorite Disney ship?
Wish.
The Wish. Really? What's your favorite thing about The Wish?
Okay. Okay, what's your favorite thing?
Well, this he doesn't. It just has the slides at the jungle gym. It doesn't even have a jungle gym. With the Wish, it has a jungle gym when you go to Castaway.
Oh, honey, Castaway has the jungle gym. It's
No.
by the snorkeling area, the overwater jungle, the ropes with
No.
the monkey bars.
It didn't even have that.
Yes, it did.
No.
Castaway is the same for both. Every ship goes at the same island.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to break it to you. Your mom might be right on this one.
No point arguing with the 7-year-old. She normally says the Magic is her favorite, so I'm not really sure where the Wish came from. But
Okay, good to know. There's no wrong option. All the ships are great. All the ships have some sort of slide either in or into the kids club. The counselors are going to be great, and a lot of the activities carry over. And I knew this question was going to come up. Lily's asking, did you feel safe leaving her there? I'm assuming the
at the
kids
kids
club.
club,
Mhm.
absolutely. So I will be completely honest and tell you about a little situation that we had on our last night. So her and one of the other girls that was staying in my cabin, we took them back. They were gonna watch a movie and go to bed. We had connecting staterooms with a friend, and that adult was in her stateroom with her daughter. The girls knew, like, Miss Cynthie's over there with her daughter. Like, you girls are gonna stay in our cabin, watch a movie. My friend AJ and I went to match your mate, and so the girls were laying in bed. We left. The other adult and her daughter were in the room connecting to us, but the in-between doors were closed. I had already turned her kids club band back in, and we started getting messages that she had been re-registered for the kids club and was asking for us. And we get back to the room, and she's not in there because I was like, well, the app was funny like the whole trip. I'm like, well, that's weird. Like, why are we just now getting these messages? And then I get in the room and she's not in there. And of course, I went into complete panic mode. The other adult that was in our connecting room was like, I never heard that door like open and shut because they're heavy when they open and close.
Yeah.
She took herself to the kids club, went into the kids club, because they're not gonna like deny.
Counselors.
They're not gonna like say like, no, you can't come in because you don't have your band. So they let her into the kids club and they start notifying me that she's there. They like, I feel like that goes to tell you, like, they go above and beyond to like make sure to make sure these kids are safe. Like I said, she's been on 11 Disney cruises, so she knows her way around the ship. I'm just like grateful that she took herself to the kids club.
I didn't.
Yeah.
There was counselors behind me, so I was like, yes, I'm up in the middle of the night. Stop staring at me.
So they put her in the kids club, and then they immediately notified me that she was there. But I was just confused. I'm like, why am I getting these notifications? Because I thought she was in the room sleeping. But they are very good about like making sure the kids are safe. I don't know the ratio of the kids, but there are so many counselors wandering around in there, like checking on the kids, doing activities. Counselors at the station checking them in, and the kids cannot like open the door to leave. Like the counselors have to hit a button and allow them out. So, and it's the same way to let the kids in. So they have to scan their bands. They verify that that's the right child. In some situations, they'll ask their age even, and then they let them in. So it's not a situation where people are freely coming in and out of the gates of the kids club. So they know exactly who's in there at what time, and then the bands that they wear have like location, so they can see on their computer, like when you go to pick them up, what area of the kids club they're in. So just for example, on the Fantasy, there's Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab. And if you go to pick them up on the lab side and they're on the club side, they'll tell you and they'll call over to that side to pick them up.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I didn't realize that they have location tracking on those. That is very cool.
Yes. And I wish they did it more like around the whole ship, like where the kids could wear the bands and they would know where they were, like on other parts of the ship. I feel like that would be like really convenient, especially in the situation that I had, that she just let herself out of the room and took herself to the kids club, which, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. I can imagine that the immediate panic and the frustration because you're like, yes, independent woman, not the time or place.
Yeah.
So yes. Oh my gosh. But
it's great that they can see like, oh, they're over on the club side in Pixie Hollow, or oh, they're over on the lab side. It's just nice that they can tell exactly where they're in the kids club, and it makes it easy for when you go pick them up. They know exactly where to send like one of the counselors from the front desk to go grab that kid and say, "Hey, your mom's here."
And someone's asking, Jana's asking if you would recommend the Disney bands.
I don't get them. I just don't think it's necessary to pay for them because they're kind of expensive for what they are. Because the adults, you get a Key to the World card for free. It looks like a debit card to get in and out of the room. And then for the kids club, they give you a band to use. And as long as you return it, you get that money back. Otherwise, they charge you $25.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just super easy. They just put on their wrist and they can tap in and out of the kids club. The Disney band can do like the stateroom too, but you're usually going to be with your kid getting out of the stateroom. So it's just, is it worth the money? I don't have them either. We can put that money towards lots of other things on board.
Yeah, like if you have a family of 5 or 4 or 5 and you're paying $25 to $40 for the band, like that adds up for 5 people.
Absolutely.
And the kids get them, to go into the kids club, you just have to give them back.
Yeah.
If it's a one-time cruise, like maybe if you're cruising multiple times a year like we do, you could invest in it and it would be worth it for you. But if this is like a one-time thing, I absolutely would not buy them.
Yeah. I know some people have them from the parks and they bring them. So in that case, maybe I know nothing about the parks, but yeah, I agree with you. Save the money. Save the money. And what about solo parenting? I know we get questions all the time about, do I need to have, the father sign off on something, or do I need to have some sort of documentation to say that I can travel internationally with my kid? What are your thoughts on that?
It's always good to have it. But I have taken my kids on cruises by myself, like one kid, by myself and the other kid by myself. I have never had anything more with me than their passport. Like, I am their biological mother. I have their passport. I have my passport, and that's all I've ever taken. Now, if they're going with like grandma and grandpa, that's completely different.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned passports because that's something that a lot of people don't think to invest in for their kids. What's your advice on all things passports for Disney cruises, I guess specifically?
I 100% recommend passports over.
Oh no, did I lose the sound again? Oh gosh. I cannot. No. This is live TV. Did I click something?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry about that, everybody.
So I'm not sure what you heard about. I'm team passport all the way. I think it's just like the safest way to travel. You can go on a Disney cruise with a birth certificate, and then for adults, a birth certificate and the real ID, like a photo ID. But if you have a passport, you're better covered. And the reason I say that is because if you are in the Bahamas and you miss the ship, or if you're in the Bahamas and you have an accident to where you have to go to the hospital and then in turn miss the ship, you're going to have an incredibly difficult time then getting back to the States without having a passport. There's
Mhm.
emergency paperwork that's got to be filed with the embassy and things that have to happen, and it's going to prolong your stay and expenses in that port because you're out of country and you traveled without a passport. It's
Yeah.
risky business, in my opinion.
Yeah, just the peace of mind alone with the passport, they last for so long. It's a great investment. I know no kid is going to open up a passport on their birthday and be like, "Yay, this is the best present ever." But it's just a good thing to have. And what about seasickness? Someone's asking if your daughter got seasick on the ship.
No, my kid, so my daughter does get car sick, and so do I. I am very sensitive in the car. I have never gotten seasickness. And my kids have never gotten seasickness. And they've both been on over 10 cruises and they have not experienced it.
Yeah.
Um, and I like to point out that we get car sick, but not seasickness, because people think that if they get car sick, they're gonna get seasick, and that's not my experience.
Yes, couldn't agree more. The start stop of the car, and even on planes, I get the motion sick from planes all the time, especially when there's the drop in elevation. My stomach is angry. So I'll wear like the bands on the plane. I will wear them on long car rides, but there's just something about the ship with the stabilizers, unless things are really, really rocking. And I know you've been on board when the swells have been like up 8, 9, 10 decks. So Disney wants you to be comfortable.
I have not. And I actually shared this post in the Disney Cruise Line community group. I'm not sure if Rebecca's approved it yet, but on board, if you go down to the health center, there are meclizine pouches, complimentary to get some anti-nausea medicine from the infirmary without having to go in. And then it also saves, because if you didn't bring any anti-nausea meds with you, they're like $5, $6, $7, $8 in the gift shop. But if you go down to deck one in the infirmary, they literally have like the 2 pill packets outside complimentary.
Yes,
And they
that's such a
also
good
have
program.
some bags, some vomit bags in case you need to take some of those back to your room.
Yes, I know one of my best friends, cruising just doesn't agree with her. It's just it's not her thing, and that's all right. We still love her. So if that's you, there are remedies. And Hunter did a whole chat with on the YouTube page, and you can find a blog on the site too, but all about how to combat seasickness, how to get ahead of it. So definitely look out for those. But I'm curious, as a parent, what do you love about cruising with your kids, especially with Disney?
Personally with Disney, I like that there's they cater to the kids. So there's always some sort of kid-friendly activity going on, whether that's a craft, a trivia, a game show, the pool deck with the movies on the funnel vision. We got to see a Zootopia 2 on the ceiling, and I didn't
Ooh,
pay, an arm and a leg at the movie theater back home to see it.
yeah.
It was included in our cruise fare, which is nice. Um, I think it's like just like the perfect mix of magic and some like beach relaxation, minimal waiting. Like, yes, there's lines for character meet and greets. Yes, there's lines to get photos taken. But other than that, like it's pretty laid back. But you still get that Disney magic
Absolutely. Yeah, the
and great
servers are
customer
so
service.
yes. The servers are always so great with kids. The stateroom host or hostess is always so great with the kids. And a lot of them are parents too, so they know how to talk to kids, what to talk about. And let's see, there was a question I missed earlier. Where was it? Oh, Tyson's asking if you would recommend a 3-day or if that was too short. This is my first time, and I don't know if I should do something longer because the price looks a little bit better for the 5-day.
I always say the 3 days are too short. It's nice because they're over like a weekend, right? Like we were trying to make something work with 3 different households' schedules and having the kids out of school. Like this just made more sense, like the 3 night. But if it's a family vacation, like I'm always going to pick longer. I personally don't like anything less than 5 nights.
Yeah, that's just Give me a million nights. Give me the whole year on board. Give me 14 of them right now. I vote for the 5 night as well. I say just go for the 7 night. Hunter can get you on the treasure. No time at all.
I love 7 nights, but I think for
Yeah.
somebody that's like not had a true like vacation in a while, like I find that 7 nights can be overwhelming. One of the friends that I was with, like anything over 5 nights for her family is just too long out of like routine, and her kids don't do well. So they try to do 4 to 5 nights. Again, this is like a subjective question that like I kind of talk through with clients. But I do think 3 nights is too short, but I'm going to take 3 nights over no nights.
Yes. Oh, agreed. 3 nights over no nights, but preferably a million nights for Hunter and I. That would be our vote for sure. Oh, well, I am so grateful that you and Memphis took time. I know she's a pop star with her very busy schedule, so I'm glad she was able to squeeze us in, especially post vacation. And if you're wanting to plan a Disney cruise for your family and you're like, what ship do I go on? Which itinerary? What's better, Port Canaveral or Fort Lauderdale? These are all things that Hunter can talk through with you. There's so many factors to consider when you're planning your Disney cruise, including what your kid's going to enjoy, because you want them to have a great vacation too. So that's where Hunter and all of her expertise comes in. And again, her planning services are free for you to utilize. So head to that link in the DCL community website, and she is here to help you. But Hunter, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see all y'all on board real soon. Bye, guys.